Takes talk show starring Marty Pearson, Dylan Lord, and Corbin Harmeyer. As always, we are going to start with the NFL. We're just going to go through some top headlines, and that's a short week. We'll do our predictions on this episode too. All right, first topic is Drew Brees top 5 QB all time.
Yes.
I feel like you can argue, but I think he is top 5 because if I'm looking at the top quarterbacks here, you got to throw Tom Brady in. He's got 6 Super Bowls. Stats they matter, but they're pretty good. You got Peyton Manning. Obviously, he's in there. He was the best in yards and touchdowns, and he won a few Super Bowls, and he's got 5 MVPs, so he's there. There's Joe Montana, 4 Super Bowls, and I believe he's got 4 MVPs too. And then after that, everybody else is questionable. It's kind of more of a preference. There's Brett Favre, Dan Marino, John Elway, Steve Young, Johnny Unitas. You can make an argument for any of those guys. Jim Kelly, I don't know about that. You can make an argument for any of those guys. But since he's first in passing touchdowns and passing yards now, I'm going to go Drew Brees top 5 all time.
I'm going to go with no. I don't think he is. I think it's Tom Brady and Brett Favre and Dan Marino and stuff up in the top 5.
That's only 3 people. I want the next 2.
Joe Montana.
Okay.
Who else could you throw in there? Aaron Rodgers.
I
would put Aaron Rodgers over Drew Brees.
Maybe
Peyton Manning.
Okay, Peyton Manning could be in there, but what about
That's
Dan?
5. That was 5.
What about Dan Marino? What does he accomplish?
He won the Super Bowl.
Did he? Are you sure?
Maybe. I don't know.
I know, he's never won a Super Bowl.
Okay, I don't care. I still don't think Drew Brees is good.
I think he's just biased.
I think he's good, but I also think his coach makes him really good, and he has Michael Thomas to throw to.
Not his
Alvin
career.
Kamara to hand it off to right now.
I don't think Michael Thomas was there when they won the Super Bowl.
I don't know. Who was
They're Jimmy Graham though.
Exactly.
I was like 10 when they won the Super Bowl. I don't care.
Exactly. There's Bush.
I'll have to go with Marty.
Thank you.
I agree Drew Brees is a top 5 quarterback.
Very talented, and he has the Super Bowl MVP. All right, then we got thoughts on Josh Gordon. Every talk show says, "Oh, I feel so bad for him. I feel so sorry for him." You can only feel so bad so much. Addiction's a bad thing, but this is just ridiculous. It's disappointing because he has the talent of Julio. He's 6'3". That's pretty tall. Antonio Brown only 5'10", so you put Josh Gordon 6'3", he's a big dude. DK Metcalf 6'4", so you get where I'm coming from. He's a big, strong wide receiver. He could be amazing, but you can't feel sorry for him anymore. He did this to himself.
I mean, I don't really feel sorry for him, but I do think he should go get some help. I don't know if he'll ever play in the NFL again. I don't know if anybody wants to take the responsibility. He kind of worked out with the Patriots, and then they just let him go because they're not very smart. But yeah.
You shouldn't feel sorry for him because he knows the difference between right and wrong.
Addiction's a bad thing, but you can only feel sorry so long. This is like suspension 6.
Yes.
You can only feel bad so long. All right, let's move on to the predictions for this week. The Bills-Patriots. I got Bills winning this game. Patriots are banged up. Their offense has a ceiling. They can only go so far. Julian Edelman, I hear he's banged up. Who else? They got James White. He's definitely past his prime by now. He's been doing it for way too long. Sony Michel, I haven't heard his name in a while. Tom Brady is like Mitch Trubisky level right now. Maybe a bit better. Mitch Trubisky's good. I'll give him he's probably like a Dak level now. He's not special.
Dak's giving his best numbers this year.
Dak didn't even make the Pro Bowl. So I'm going to say it's about that level. But the Bills are also the same way. They also have a ceiling, but I feel like their ceiling's higher. Their defense isn't very good, but their defense is solid. And then their offense, if Josh Allen can get going, I say Bills win that game.
Yeah, I think the Bills will get it done this time. They lost to the Patriots, whatever week it was, and it wasn't a big blowout game by the Patriots. So I think the Bills will get it done this time. They're more experienced now after going through the season.
I still think the Patriots will win.
Why?
Because Tom Brady does not let down. It's come close to playoffs. You know Brady's going to go hard. You know he goes hard in the paint when he comes close to playoffs. And I think he wants to prove something that he's still got 10 more years left in him.
10 more years, I don't know about that, but they kick it on during the playoffs. All right, let's move on to the next prediction. Cowboys Eagles. Oh my God, the awful division. Oh, The awful division. I'm gonna go Cowboys win that game just because Jason Garrett wants to keep his jobs, and the Eagles are awful. They lose to awful teams. They should have lost to the Redskins, and they lost to the Dolphins. The Eagles are dumpster fire. They have everybody on they have everybody on injured reserve. There's really nothing they can do. Carson Wentz, I don't even know if he's a franchise quarterback anymore. Cowboys win that game.
I'm gonna go with the Cowboys. They just won huge over the Rams, who we thought were gonna start getting good, and then they blown out by the Cowboys, who can't even win a game sometimes. And yeah, I'm gonna go with the Cowboys.
I don't know. They're both two terrible teams. But I'm gonna have to go with the Eagles.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like Carson Wentz is gonna do something. Is Alshon Jeffrey still out?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going with the Eagles because my dad's an Eagles fan. And
Yeah, I don't think they get it done. I think Cowboys get that done. Ooh, here's a good game. We got the Chiefs versus Bears. It's not even gonna be close. The Chiefs are gonna win this game. Bears got nothing to play for. It's gonna be a landslide. The boys are back in town, as I said last episode. Chiefs are gonna fly into the playoffs and possibly make the Super Bowl.
I think it'll be a close game. The Bears defense hasn't been doing that bad this year. They've been doing pretty good. Mitchell Trubisky was starting to look good, and then didn't have the best game last game. Maybe Tyreek Cohen will actually do something for once in his career this year. Yeah, I think the Chiefs will get it done.
I'm gonna have to go with the Bears.
Why?
Because I feel like Mitchell Trubisky has something to prove, like, so I don't want to lose his quarterback spot to some washed up.
Chase Daniels.
Chase Daniel?
Yeah. I feel like he's gonna show something with yeah. Right now,
No. Chiefs
Yes, he
defense is awful, but they're not that awful to let Mitch Trubisky shine.
so
No. Okay,
he
now.
shined against the Cowboys here today
I think it's the Cowboys. He never played the Cowboys. Who are you
Uh-huh.
talking about?
on the 5th. Now what?
I mean, the Bears did play the Cowboys. They won, didn't they?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Cowboys too. They're awful too.
They have their weeks. They have
They have
their
their
weeks.
weeks.
Talented roster, horrible coaching.
You guys had a good game against the Packers last week too. Just
And that was a no. All right, let's move on to the next.
Aaron Rodgers.
Let's go to the next game this week. Yeah, this is a good NFC North matchup, which I know a lot of our fans love. The NFC North. We got the Vikings versus the Packers. I think the Vikings get this done. Now, I have simple reasons, not just biased. The Vikings have probably the most talented roster in the NFL.
Terrible
They're
coach.
a little banged up. Their coach is pretty good. Their GM pretty good. It's just they're pretty inconsistent. Some weeks they don't. They're like the Texans. They show up and then they don't show up. They show up and then they don't show up. You don't know which one you're gonna get. But I feel like the Packers are just such a weird team. Like their coaching, like they on script they look amazing. They're like, oh, you got all these wins, you got all these stats, you got Aaron Jones, but Aaron Rodgers he's not that good. This year, you can look it up. His stats, his QBR, his passing rating, his passing completions are average. He's also on Dak level this year. It's Aaron Jones' team now.
Dak's been good this year.
He didn't make a Pro Bowl, so we're going to compare it. Dak is like the average. If you had an average line, that's who it is. And that's where Aaron Rodgers is. It's the other Aaron that carries the Green Bay. And if you really look at their stats, their defense is not that good. On the script, they're like, oh, you got these players, but they're like 28th in total defense. Offense, most of it's running. They get ran on hard. And guess who's on the Vikings? The best running back in the NFL, statistically wise, this year, other than Nick Chubb, but you don't throw him in there.
Yeah, they say the same about Zeke. And guess what? Absolutely shut him down.
That is the Cowboys.
Cook's
So
hurt.
it doesn't matter.
Who else
So
is
you tell me
there?
Zeke's a bad back?
Their backups hurt, so it's Mike Boone and the guy that used to play for Detroit, Abdullah.
Oh, Abdullah. Abdullah's pretty good. I feel
Like
like
he doesn't play. Mike Boone did get 2 touchdowns last
the
week.
Vikings' offensive line is good, and the Packers' run defense is not that good. So I'm gonna go. The Vikings win that game. What do you think, Doug?
I think the Vikings will blow it out. I think they'll win big. Just because their defense needs to prove something. They had a good game against Seattle. Yeah, Xavier Rhodes really just needs to prove something. That's the only person. And yeah, I think their offense will torch it up. And everybody talks about Kirk Cousins not being good in prime time. He is pretty good in prime time.
No.
Yes.
Because Stephon Diggs caught that one lucky pass and the stupid
And the Rams, when they played the Rams in prime time, I think it was last year, he had an amazing game. But they still lost because it was like 40 to like 38. Like
A loss is a loss.
that's just defense. Like they just did not play defense.
Alright, we got to move on.
And he has had good games every single
Packers
time
are
game
gonna
this
win.
year.
Packers are going to win this game.
Why?
Because Aaron Rodgers, obviously,
He's average, yep.
He's not average. I'm a Vikings fan, and he is amazing.
Statistically, he's average this year, and you can't prove me wrong.
Pro
He
Bowl.
is. He's
Pro Bowl.
He's average.
Pro Bowl.
Yeah, he's Pro Bowl. Okay.
That's not average.
Mr. Trubisky made the Pro Bowl last year.
Is it average to be a Pro Bowl quarterback?
Yes.
No.
Yes. Mr. Trubisky and Jameis Winston made the Pro Bowl last year.
Okay.
Pro Bowl's so good.
Well, that's because
No.
Jameis Winston would be
decent
amazing
last
if he
year.
didn't throw 4 interceptions a game.
Yeah, but he does. He's not good.
He didn't make it this year because he threw 4 interceptions a game.
Okay, that's fine. I'm
Mitchell
just saying-
Trubisky didn't make the Pro Bowl because he's below average.
So you're saying Mr. Trubisky last year is just as good as Aaron Rodgers this year? Is basically what you're saying?
No, I'm saying he was
They
better than
both
he
made
was
the
this
Pro
year.
Bowl.
Okay, he did make the Pro Bowl, but Aaron Rodgers is
The
still
Pro Bowl
better.
doesn't mean anything. All right, let's move on to Week 17.
So you're saying
Why?
your Bears could go in there, you're just the Bears, and beat the AFC team
No.
What are
because
you,
they're just as good as each other.
what are you talking about?
That's what you just said.
What?
It doesn't matter.
What?
So anybody
What?
can make it to the Pro Bowl?
What? What?
Can anybody make it to
What?
Marty, can anybody make it to the Pro Bowl?
Yes, it's an average.
Okay, just throw your average team in there and go against the other average team in the AFC.
That's not how it works.
Well, you're saying anybody can make it in there?
Yes, if Mr. Trubisky can make it, anybody can make
That's
it.
because the Bears were doing good last year.
Yeah.
I want you to look at Mr. Trubisky's stats last year. You can look those up. It's like 16 touchdowns, maybe 8 picks. That's real good there, pal. That's
He
real
was a
good.
rookie last year.
No, he wasn't. He was a sophomore year player, so. Yeah, and we're moving on to Week 17.
He was good last year.
The Week 17, we got 3 good games. We got to talk about Titans-Texans. Didn't they just play?
Yeah.
That's a typo on our research team. What?
No, they played
They played
last
again?
week, then they played somebody this
week?
and then
They play again?
somebody- yeah. It's isn't it for the title if they both win?
If they both win this week. Okay, so they do play next week. All right, so we got Titans-Texans.
Texans.
Texans are way more talented, but they're inconsistent, and coaching's about the same. Ryan Tannehill, I'm gonna go Texans just because I'm not a big fan of Ryan Tannehill. I think he's gonna crack under pressure.
I'm gonna go with the Titans. They're playing really good. They have Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry is running the ball amazingly. Tannehill is not playing that bad.
I know.
Like he's playing really good.
Under pressure, baby. But
What's
Derrick Henry.
Deshaun Jackson or whatever.
DeAndre Hopkins.
No.
Sean Watson?
Yeah, Deshaun Watson. What has he done? Like he hasn't really been doing anything. He hasn't been carrying.
He's been kicked in the eye and threw a touchdown.
He's the second-ranked quarterback on ESPN. He is. He's really good.
I'm gonna have to go to Texans. I feel like whatever his name is, Watson, will find
DeAndre
Hopkins.
Watson.
Yeah, we'll find Hopkins a few times for a few touchdowns, or maybe some other sorry wide receivers on their team.
All right. Oh, here's a good NFC. What are they? West? NFC West Seahawks.
Yeah.
Yeah, NFC West. Okay, here's a good NFC West matchup. The Seahawks versus the Niners.
I have to go Seattle.
Why do you interrupt me, sir? All right. I'm gonna have to go with.
Why can't we talk first?
I'm gonna go with the Niners. No, I'm not gonna go with that. Why did I say the Niners? Now you got me confused. I'm gonna go with the Seahawks. They're more experienced teams kicking it all around playoff team time, and the Niners are hurt. The Niners are hurting. They got linebackers missing. They got receivers missing. I don't know what's going on with the receivers. It's gonna be a good
Yeah,
game.
who did the Seahawks lose to?
No, the 49ers just lost.
No, who did the Seahawks lose
The
to?
Niners just lost to the Falcons. The Seahawks just lost to.
Hey, the Falcons are good. They just are.
They're
Falcons are
inconsistent
They don't
too.
have good whatever.
But everybody laughed at me at the show last week when I said the Falcons were
I laughed at you. You said the Bengals were gonna beat the Patriots too.
close.
It was not close.
All right, throw your predictions because we got to get
Seahawks.
Seahawks. Jeez. Okay, everybody. Everybody thinks.
Cut.
Everybody thinks.